Hi guys, welcome to Sevenvault's YouTube channel. My name is Jerome. I'm a singer-songwriter based here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and this is the Get to Know series. Now Sevenvault will send me like a bunch of questions for me to answer, and I'm pretty excited. So let's get started. Passionate, curious, empathetic. A good friend of mine, Joe, he is a sound engineer and he's also a producer. And we were texting about a few upcoming projects that I might have lined up in the future. So stay tuned for that. Beating around the bush. If you have something on your mind, like don't put a filter on it. Filters are only meant for photos. Tell it to me straight. This is a very easy one. I have always been afraid of spiders. If you throw cockroaches at me, lizards or other insects, like I don't really have an issue with them, but spiders, no. This is something that I have to work on, and it's something that's very real and serious. I'm always late to almost everything. That is like one of my worst habits, which I am slowly working on. Hopefully, by the end of the year, it's something that I can get rid of permanently. Milo nuggets. Every time when I'm watching like my series, or when I'm like hanging out with friends, or when I'm just like doing my work, it will always be like at the corner of my eye, and I'll just be like grabbing and eating it. My dream honeymoon location would be Paris. Growing up, I watched this animated film called Anastasia, and it's one of my favorite films to date. It takes place in Paris, and it's a very beautiful city, lights, romance, and yeah, it is the city of love. So I feel what better way to spend a honeymoon than by celebrating it in the city of love. Recently, I had the opportunity to participate in a reality TV show called I Can See Your Voice. I was the lucky one who managed to make it to the end of my episode, nabbing me the opportunity to sing with legendary icon Sheila Amza. So that was pretty awesome. That's like my biggest achievement so far. Before MCO, I don't cook. Like I would always go out and eat. To me, this is an achievement because during MCO, I've made the habit of like cooking at home. So that is like a new discovered talent for me. Hands down, without a shadow of doubt, my mom. She's my superwoman. Anything that I need help with, she can do. Point blank. I would honestly have to say is discipline, because during MCO, because I am a full-time singer, I don't necessarily have work per se. So I try to keep myself occupied by posting covers and like creating new content and music and putting stuff out there. But it has been a challenge because discipline has been something that has always been a struggle for me. Hopefully, it's not something that's permanent, but you just gotta be consistent with it. So yeah. Well, it's from my mom. It goes like this. Express but not impress. So being a full-time singer, musician, whenever I perform to an audience, my job is to make them feel a certain way. I want to make sure that every single time when you come to one of my shows, I want you to feel a lot of things, whether it's clarity, happiness and joy, or realization of life and stuff like that. Like I don't want to just, sing just for the sake of singing. So that's something that my mom has always reminded me. This also applies to non-singers as well. If you're not a musician, I'm pretty sure that this can, relate to whatever it is that you're doing in life. Well, one thing that I like most about social media is social media allows us to create opportunities. Social media has allowed me to, fully given me the opportunity to like express myself as a creative artist. And it also has allowed me the opportunities to work. Like yeah, shout out to Sevenvault. Like if social media didn't exist, all these opportunities would be lost. So I feel like, yeah. Well, in my honest opinion, I feel like all of us, are influencers in our own right. Regardless if it's on social media or not, we have the power to influence, people around us. But if I had to choose again, honestly, yeah, like I would choose to be a social media influencer, because when you're given a platform with a huge following, you have a responsibility not only to yourself but to the people around you. And because I want to be able to stand up for what is right in the community, I want to be able to fight for a cause and be a voice, to the people, and also be able to learn as well. It's important that with everything that's going on right now in the world, we use our platforms wisely and for the better of humanity. So yeah, I definitely would choose to be a social media influencer for the right reasons, of course. If I'm not doing music right now, my other options would be I would either be a host, regardless if it's on a talk show or a podcast, or now this is gonna be a surprise to some of you guys, but it's a 180-degree moment, or I'll be working in the medical field. I've always been a fan of science. I've always been a fan of biology and all that. Even though I didn't take that in high school, I've always been an art student. But we do have science subjects, and I'm proud to say I've always done pretty well. More specifically, in the biological field, learning about medicine and stuff like that, and learning about all these different types of ways to create medicine and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's always been fascinating to me. So. First, my handphone. I know that's such a typical answer, but yeah, my handphone. Just in case by some miracle, if I need help, the island has signal. Next would be a knife to protect myself and also to hunt. And the third item that I would bring and why would be
one eternity later.
I never thought this through. I never feel like I had to think about this because we're all so privileged. Okay, another one would be a book entitled How to Survive on an Island 101 for Dummies. I used to be a devoted collector of Pokemon cards. I love Pokemon. I'm a huge fan of Pokemon. Ever since a little boy growing up, I would play the games on all my consoles and I would buy the cards. And I was always very picky when it comes to the cards because sometimes some cards are counterfeit and some cards are the original. So I would keep them in a really thick photo album. So yeah. Now a lot of you guys probably may or may not know this, but I am a huge hold on. I am a huge Ariana Grande fan. Shout out to Universal Music. You guys gave me this. I love you guys. I still have it to this day. And yeah, guys, to answer your question, if I could interview one person on earth, who would it be? It would be this gorgeous woman right here, Miss Ariana Grande. Whatever you do, do it out of sincerity and with your heart, filled with passion, and you'll never go wrong. Revolutionary. Social media is such a powerful thing. Not only does it create opportunities for people, like I mentioned earlier, it also allows us to fully utilize our platforms to deliver messages of truth, positivity, and happiness. And I feel like that's what, Sevenvault stands for, their values. So I feel the best word to describe Sevenvault is revolutionary. Hi, Clinton. If you are seeing this or watching this, wherever you are right now, it has been 3 years. 3 whole years. And my God, look how far you've come. Well, I hope that in 3 years' time, you'd be able to, fully realize your potential, in whatever it is that you're doing, whether if it's, with family, your loved ones, or your career. I hope that in 3 years' time you finally finish at least 2 albums, you have to. If not, what are you doing with your life? I hope in 3 years' time you're able to finally, look to your parents and tell them you don't have to work anymore. I can take it from here. I pray, Clinton, please achieve that in 3 years' time. Look to your parents and just tell them you don't have to lift a finger anymore. I got you. And in 3 years' time, I also hope that you've unlocked, multiple levels of clarity and realization in your life. This is so cliche, but find the key to happiness in your life as well, and be consistent at it. It's not going to be an uphill ride forever. There's going to be ups and downs, but I hope in 3 years' time, you know, you'll be able to look back at this and say, wow, I never gave up and I'm slowly making it. So that's my message to you in 3 years' time, Mr. Clinton Jerome Chua. Alright guys, so this is the Get to Know series. Thank you so much Sevenvault for having me on this channel. Such an honor, always a huge fan. And yeah, to all of you guys who are watching, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe down below on Sevenvault's YouTube channel, and also be sure to click the bell notification icon so you'll be notified every time they upload a brand new video. And yeah guys, comment down below if you have any questions or inquiries, or if you feel that you can relate to some of my answers that I've given during this questionnaire. Comment down below, and also comment to let Sevenvault know if there's anything else that you'd like to see. Again, for tuning in, my name is Clinton Jerome, and I will see you next time. Bye!